organization fosters, promotes, and offers programs and initiatives that advance environmental sustainability for the past 2 decades. Visit greenalliancenv.org to learn more about the many programs we offer. There's monthly networking events, Shades of Green radio show, high-performance home education, and Drive Clean initiatives. The Green Alliance connects like-minded local Nevadans with the goal of becoming a thriving leader in sustainability. Go to greenalliancenv.org and join today.
Good morning, and we are back. Shades of Green on KDWN 720 AM and 101.5 FM here in Las Vegas. Our show is produced by Green Alliance of Nevada and sponsored by NV Energy. Thank you for that, NV Energy. Today we have Director Angela Dykema on the phone from the Governor's Office of Energy, and we're talking NGOE programs and emerging energy industry technology. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Paul.
So when we went to break, we were talking about the revolving loans for renewable energy and energy efficiency and conservation programs. Let's complete that discussion.
Sure. And so this is Andy. And the revolving loan program was actually established back with ARA funding, the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act of 2009. And that's a program that's been in place for almost 10 years now, and we issue loans for eligible projects for anything for solar panels, renewable energy to energy efficiency. And we typically, a couple times a year, will issue requests for applications and evaluate applications to issue loans. But I think you were asking about the Nevada Clean Energy Fund.
Yes. Tell us about
so
that,
this was another financing tool. In addition to the revolving loan program, the Nevada Clean Energy Fund was established from last session through Senate Bill 407, and it's basically what's called a green bank. It will be an independent entity, an independent nonprofit corporation that will be used to help finance clean energy projects as well. There's a board of directors that have 9 seats on it, and the board has had a couple of meetings since the legislation was passed. We're working to get the entity established. We filed the paperwork with the IRS to get our, and we've gotten our articles of incorporation progress in place and passed the bylaws and the standard operating procedures. The main holdup with the Nevada Clean Energy Fund is a source of capital. So we are working with a group called the Coalition for Green Capital to do fundraising to find capital for the bank, and that will, of course, help with the operating costs and hiring on employees that will actually run the green bank, as well as provide capital for additional loans in clean energy projects.
And does that also, it can be used to fund PACE projects?
So PACE is actually, it's a different financing mechanism. Yes, Green Bank can offer PACE programs, but we actually established PACE in Nevada through Assembly Bill 405. During last session. And so PACE is actually, we do have enabling legislation in place now in the state of Nevada for property assessed clean energy. And that's separate and apart from a green bank in that it's more of a financing mechanism to enable more renewable energy and energy efficiency improvements. And the way that PACE works is an assessment on the property's tax bill. So it's basically like a lien which runs with the property.
And you could go through any bank for that funding, ideally.
Correct. So it has to, the local municipality has to establish a PACE program. So I know the city of Las Vegas has been actively working to get their property assessed clean energy program in place, as is the city of Reno. And once the local municipality has the program in place, then it's open to commercial properties that are looking to do energy efficiency improvements.
So if municipalities wanted to do something along the line of PACE, they would use something called performance contracting.
Correct, and that's also another program that we incentivize through the Governor's Office of Energy. We provide funding for the upfront financial grade operational audit, which is the first step in a performance contract. So when the energy service company comes in and does the energy audit to identify the upgrades that need to be done, we are able to reimburse local municipalities and public entities for the cost of that audit.
Do you offhand know how much funding has been used to fund financial grade audits for projects?
We have invested over $1 million so far from the state of Nevada through our Renewable Energy Fund to promote performance contracting across the state.
Well, that one's near and dear to me because that's my job, is selling performance contracting. We want to move on from that one. And let's talk a little bit about battery storage, and that's a new technology, is also near and dear to my heart, and it's making a lot of difference in the business world, the technology world. Let's talk about that a little bit and how it dovetails in nicely with the renewable energy.
Battery storage is, one of the new technologies that we're seeing be deployed more and more frequently, and there's a lot of possibilities with it. So again, last session we had Senate Bill 204 passed, which required our Public Utilities Commission to determine whether it's in the public interest to establish by regulation biennial targets for energy storage procurement. So in order for the PUC to do this, we worked with them and thought that a study would be beneficial to provide information to the PUC when they're making that determination on whether or not to establish energy storage procurement targets. So when they opened the rulemaking or the investigatory docket, a lot of the stakeholders were really asking for that, really calling for a study. So, and that's one of the areas where the Governor's Office of Energy can come in with support to do stuff like that. So we commissioned a study. We put out an RFP earlier this year and ultimately selected the Brattle Group to conduct this study and provide the information needed by the PUC to make that determination. They did just release the study a couple weeks ago, and the findings of the study were that by 2020, up to 175 megawatts of utility scale battery storage, and that's with 4-hour storage capacity, can be deployed cost effectively throughout Nevada. By 2030, looking out into the future, the economic potential is a range of 700 to 1,000 megawatts. And of course, that's dependent on cost. Obviously, nobody has a crystal ball, and it's all dependent on the cost of the technology. But because it is an evolving, emerging technology, we are seeing the cost of storage drop over time. So, it's likely that it would be economically beneficial for ratepayers to have up to 1,000 megawatts of storage in place by 2030.
Well, that sounds like a program I would like to talk with you some more about. So right now we're going to go to break. We'll be back with Shades of Green in just a minute. We'll be right back.